Now, if I didn't know any better, I'd say that you're looking at running for president again.
Do it. Do it. Look at me. Do it. I will personally write you a campaign check now on behalf of this country, which does not want you to be president, but which badly wants you to run.
I am officially running for President of the United States, and we are going to make our country great again.
There's not going to be a President Donald Trump.
I think that man will be president of the United States right about the time that spaceships come down filled with dinosaurs and red cake.
Donald Trump has been saying that he will run for president as a Republican, which is surprising since I just assumed he was running as a joke.
Donald Trump will not become president.
I continue to believe Mr. Trump will not be president.
Donald Trump will never, ever be president.
Moderator, but apparently believes that Donald Trump is a clown.
President Obama will go down as perhaps the worst president in the history of the United States! Exclamation point at real Donald Trump. Well, at real Donald Trump, at least I will go down as a president.
You're never going to be president of the United States by insulting your way to
Let's see, I'm at 42 and you're at 20.
We have a key race alert right now. Donald Trump now has reached the number of delegates needed to clinch the Republican presidential nomination.
So right now, Mr. Trump, to answer your call for political honesty, I just want to say you're not going to be president, all right? It's been fun. It's been great. I love you. But come on, buddy.
Donald Trump, while we project, will win in Kentucky with its 8th electoral vote, in Indiana with its 11th electoral vote, West Virginia, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Mississippi, South Carolina, Alabama, Kansas with its 6 electoral votes, Nebraska with its 5 electoral votes, and Wyoming with its 3 electoral votes, North Dakota with its 3 electoral votes, and South Dakota, Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, the state of Montana, Missouri, Ohio, Idaho, North Carolina.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
Together, we will make America great again.
Welcome. I'm so tired. Welcome into CobraCast 199. I am your host, D-Day Cobra, and I am exhausted, but I am happy to see all of you here tonight. And I am excited to see the Snake Pit rising up. Rumble. Doug B is already dropping a proper 199 on Rumble, you mad lad. And yeah, I've had a busy day. I've had a lot of people over here at Geeks and Gamers HQ. It's been a wild day, and it's just getting started because Thursday is going to be crazy. Friday is going to be crazy. Saturday is going to be crazy. Sunday, not as crazy, but a little crazy. But man, it's been wild. So hello, everyone. I'm a little behind on the news cycle, but I know that Fani Willis has been exposed as the fraud that we all knew for her to be. And that is hilarious. Everybody that goes after Trump, those that preach the loudest have the most to hide. That's really what it comes down to with that situation. And then we got the James O'Keefe stuff. Now, I haven't seen any of that. I've bookmarked a lot of stuff on Twitter. I have not had time today to listen to any of it. So I'm going to be hearing a lot of this for the first time today on this stream. So I don't know what all is going on. Don't forget, yeah, Corey Bush. I was trying to watch a little bit of Benny Johnson's video earlier, and then while I'm watching Benny's video, he calls me. I was like, dude, I'm literally just watching your video, trying to catch up on the news cycle. But yeah, we had we had Valiant Renegade over here at HQ tonight. There he is, right there. Yeah, I was just mentioning you, brother. Valiant Renegade is here. You never sleep either. thanks for having us. It was awesome having Valiant Renegade over here. Star Wars Theory literally just left HQ. It's been a great day. We've had a lot of people over here, and a lot more are heading to Orlando, and it's going to be an outstanding weekend. I can't wait to see all of you, not only at MegaCon, but also at the meetup Saturday at City Walk. So yeah, man, this is going to be great. So looking forward to it. Hayden Wayne for 50 says, I had to watch Tim Pool tonight because Jeremy decided to have a CobraCast super late. What a shame. Anyway, I sent an email to Krista, I think, and you, Jeremy, about the hat. Haven't gotten a response yet. Just want to make sure I got the right email. I didn't. Well, let me verify that. And either way, Hayden, I've already got a hat pulled aside for you, so all good. So you're covered. You're covered. And I am so sorry for making you watch Tim Pool, even though it is a great show and he does a great job. But thank you, Hayden, and I'll make sure you are covered, brother. Doug B dropped a proper 199 over on Rumble. Says, I love this thumbnail. I was encouraged by my Lyft driver tonight. He was unashamedly preaching for Trump 2024. You know, you got a good tip from me. He got a good tip from me. Jeremy, thanks again, brother. Hail the 199. I got to meet Doug B today, and it was awesome. Awesome hanging out with Doug B. And it has been a long day, but a great day, a lot of fun. And again, I look forward to meeting as many of you as I possibly can, shaking your hand, telling you how much I appreciate supporting me, supporting what we do. That's the goal of this weekend. And I hope to have many more opportunities like this in the future, because I know all of you can't be here clearly, obviously, but hopefully over the course of time, we can have many opportunities to meet many of you, and that's what's most important to me. Let's see. Rabbit dropped 5 gifted memberships. Let's go, Norwegian Viking. Thanks for all the gifted memberships I have received. Yes, let's go. We got the best, most giving chat on the internet. No doubt about it. Celluloid Dreams says Jeremy is gay. And then we got RIP Jeremy. It was a good run. Alexander becomes a new member. Thank you. DM says, you hear about King Arthur Flower non-white racism? No, I have not heard about this. What's going on with that? Flag Ninja 5 gifted memberships. Alec Baldwin's finger. Plane landed a few hours ago. I'm now a Florida man. Let's freaking go. Alec Baldwin's finger in the house. Gonna get to hang out with you this weekend as well. I don't know if I'm gonna have a voice to continue through this stream, but we will see. We will see. Hail the 199. So excited to see you Saturday at MegaCon. Yes, and we've had a lot of people that has already RSVP'd for the meetup Saturday, and honestly, I don't know how many people to expect. Like I said, I don't know if so when we first organized this at MegaCon, we decided to get the 300 person room, and then when Drinker and Gary were announced, I was like, man. And even though we didn't put a lot of advertising, I'm like, the next step up was a 700 person room. And I don't know if we're going to fill that room up. I have no idea. But, and then for the meetup, I basically said like 250 to 300. And like, we've already got that RSVP'd. So it's going to be awesome. And there will be overflow room at the meetup. So do not think you will be turned away due to space or anything. We will have overflow room and things like that. So I'm just really excited. Not sure what to expect. We will have a lot of merch for sale. The 199 hats will be for sale. And yeah, man, it's really exciting. So man, good stuff indeed. Let's see. Rabbit says Gay Hailstorm needs to fix the intro audio volume. Also, Jeremy is a fig. Hail to the chat and the mods. Well, to be fair, I'm running in the old intro here because I'm running this through StreamYards tonight because I was kind of so far behind. So I just did the easy setup through StreamYards. So can't really fault Hailstorm as much as I would like to. We can't do it. Replicate Patriot for 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, Replicate Patriot. Occupant 42 for 20 says, I want to see Trump appoint Greg Abbott for Attorney General, James O'Keefe for Director of the FBI, and Alex Jones for White House Press Secretary. Honestly, that's honestly what he does need to do something like that. Let's talk about that for a minute. And then we need to talk about the James O'Keefe stuff, man, because I don't know a lot about it. I've seen everybody freaking out, okay, about the James O'Keefe stuff. But I don't know specifically what happened. But obviously, James O'Keefe has been doing great work for a long, long time. So let's talk about Trump's picks for a minute once he does get reelected, because the momentum is there. The momentum is there 1,000%. Donald Trump has the momentum. He has more momentum than he's ever had. He's more popular than he's ever had. MAGA is more popular than it's ever been. And that's why they are freaking out all over the place. But James O'Keefe as FBI director is the most amazing idea I think I've ever heard for that, because obviously no one trusts the FBI. Could you imagine if Trump walks in there and says James O'Keefe is going to be the FBI director? Could you imagine that? And he needs to do stuff like that. Like Trump has to walk in there and really shake the system up. I understand why he was trying to play ball the first time around, because he was clearly, he did what he should have done in that first term. Like he was working towards the second term. And then once he gets to the second term, then it was going to be all systems go. I get that. I do. He was playing ball. Like you need to play ball in these situations. And they still were able to, get him out of there, unfortunately. So now if he, if and when he is reelected and takes office, he does need to do things like that. Like he needs to break the system completely. We have to have a complete overhaul of the system, and hiring more swamp people is not going to work. Bringing fresh blood, people that have really done the grind and shown you that they have the best interest in this country, and James O'Keefe being in that position would be phenomenal. And yeah, I mean, and with that said, I mean, we do need to get right into this. I want to listen to the James O'Keefe stuff, because again, I don't know exactly what has gone on here, but this is a 13-minute video, and it says right here, I mean, let me go ahead and just share my screen really quickly, right here. So this is from James O'Keefe, and it says, breaking video, top White House cyber official tells O'Keefe in disguise, they can't say it publicly, the White House wants to replace Kamala Harris and confirms President Joe Biden's mental decline. Biden is definitely slowing down. Biden is definitely slowing down. And then, so let's just listen to it, because I have not heard this. So James O'Keefe is in disguise to get this. Now, the fact that they want to replace Kamala Harris should shock absolutely no one. Now, when I say this, I want to be clear, because a lot of times I'm sarcastic, I'm making jokes. Kamala Harris is one of the dumbest human beings on the entire planet. Like, and that's not debatable. That's not debatable. She's one of the dumbest human beings on the entire planet. And anyone who thinks that she's not should never be taken seriously. I mean, she is a stupid, stupid human being. She is a very dumb person. All right. So let's listen to this, and shout out to James O'Keefe. Here we go.
So you're pretty high up in the government.
Yeah, I'm fairly high up. I'm good at keeping secrets, and so I manage 2 federal agencies, the State Department and USAID.
So when you say it's like security, like you're protecting
the networks of the federal agencies.
Is he talking like a soy boy? Is he talking like a soy boy? This is fantastic.
You give all your information.
Wait, I should see the first one. Is there another one? Is there another one that I'm missing? Okay, then let me find that one first. Then let me find that one. Again, I have been running like a crazy person today, so I'm way behind on everything. So, is there another one that I'm missing? I'm not seeing another one. There's a video of Alex Jones talking about it. Let's see here. I'm waiting right here to see what the chat's telling me right now. Is there another one, or do I need to keep watching this one? You guys tell me. James pulled the Superman disguise. Yeah, I saw the memes of that showing Christopher Reeve Superman when he reveals himself. All right, let me hear what Alex Jones has to say about this, because you guys are telling me there might be another part. So let's hear what Alex has to say first, and then we will go back to James. This is a 17-minute video, though. Again, I'm way behind on everything.
James O'Keefe just infiltrated the highest levels of the U.S. government. The White House cybersecurity head just spilt his guts, said Biden has dementia, is a total idiot. Can you imagine what foreign intelligence agencies are able to do? This is beyond a national security crisis, because America's been hijacked by globals that want World War III. This is a global crisis of incompetence, now displayed at a level never before seen. While other never seen. Dresses up as a blonde-haired, gay, trendy dude and is able to get the head White House liaison, who's over all the intelligence agencies and cybersecurity and the Pentagon, that gives policy advice to the president, to openly brag and say, Biden has dementia, he's an idiot, he's our puppet. Imagine what foreign governments, the Chinese, the Russians, the British, the Israelis can do with this. This is just over the top. It shows how our government is a runaway train of total incompetence. So I'm about to play the boil down of the interview and put a link below to the full Project Veritas coup. And I say Veritas because Project Veritas is James O'Keefe. Yeah. They had a coup a year ago. They kicked him out, but he's back stronger than ever with his media group. And we just are so proud of James O'Keefe. But it's horrifying because people are focusing right now on the fact that Trump is, winning and Biden has dementia and all the rest of it. But at the end of the day, it is the deep state that is operating right now. So everybody's focusing on this insider admitting Biden has dementia. We can watch TV and see that. The point is this high level government executive official that liaisons with all this information is openly trashing the president and just laughing about him because he thinks he's showing off to another gay dude. This shows that our government is a danger to themselves, to us, to everybody else. We just saw the press secretary Friday say, oh, the government is, so proud of these troops that died. They have served Joe Biden well. No, they served America. And you put them out there as sitting ducks. They don't serve the administration. They serve America. But it shows how they are totally and completely disconnected from reality, and they're psychotics. So this video shows you the type of insane people. The airlines are now announcing they're going to hire schizophrenics to fly the airplanes. And they've got people that are in charge of the total national security, have the codes to everything. The head White House official that liaisons with everything. And he's just in a bar talking to a perfect stranger, shooting his mouth off about all of this. And again, we already knew all of this. We already knew what he's saying is true, that Biden's got dementia and Trump's in the lead and all the rest of it. But
yeah, the whole point to this whole thing is to, we have it's so dumb. There are things like Nintendo. Nintendo has better security than the fucking White House. And I say that because Nintendo doesn't really let a lot of the information leak about what games they have coming out. A video game company with Mario as the mascot has better internal security and hiring practices than the White House. Think about that. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. And I'm not. I'm not wrong at all. Nintendo has better security and cares more about protecting their IPs and their secrets than the White House. It's insane, dude. That's where we're at.
It just illustrates how dangerous these people are. They've hijacked the country. Here's James O'Keefe's latest over-the-top bombshell. Please share it. Please get it out, because we've got to save this country and save the world and stop World War III.
So you're pretty high up.
So I'm going to go back to actually James O'Keefe's actual video, and we will go from there. So here we are.
The mission is to protect information.
And we are like the president's voice when we go into meetings in terms of discussing and promoting the president's priorities.
Is he going to be the nominee?
Yes. And she will be the vice president, not me.
Yeah, I don't.
So, okay, so we have something very interesting right here. Now, as I have talked about many times, that I think that there's no way that they're going to make him the nominee. What have I also said? I hope to hell I'm wrong. I hope to hell I am wrong. And I want Joe Biden to be the nominee for president of the United States in 2024 for the Democratic Party. That's the one good thing I'm taking away from this right off the top, is that this guy is very convinced that Joe Biden is going to be the nominee for the Democratic Party. Thank the Lord. Please, please let this happen. There is no fucking chance that Biden can beat Trump. There's none.
There was a debate about removing her from the ticket, but sadly they didn't.
She can't keep black staff. They quit on her in mass.
But with him, I
know.
He's got dementia.
Yeah, well, he's definitely slowing down.
But they know that he has those issues.
I think so.
But they're not willing to say it.
Shows it. And,
they're not willing to say it publicly.
And same thing
but
with
why
Kamala
not?
Harris. She's not popular, but you can't remove the first black lady to be vice president from the goddamn presidential ticket. Like, what kind of message are you going to send to, like, the African American voter? How would
Oh my God. The diversity hire that is compromising the security of the United States of America is calling out the diversity hire that's a Joe Biden heartbeat away from being the most powerful person in the United States. How do we live in this fucked up world that we're in? How? You couldn't, dude, you couldn't make this up if you tried. You couldn't make this up if you tried. This is insane. Holy shit. The diversity hire that is giving up the secrets of the United States of America is calling out the diversity hire known as Kamala Harris. What?
would you spin that?
What?
People would be like, what the fuck? Like she's a woman and she's multiracial. I think that they're really concerned about this.
But they won't say it. Well, I guess if they say it publicly,
Correct.
that Biden is they can't say it publicly.
No, they got to
Do they
toe
say
the
it
line.
privately? But they won't say it publicly.
Correct.
That Biden is they can't say it publicly.
No, they got to
Do they
toe
say
the
it
line.
privately? I mean,
I'm just telling you what I've heard. Like,
you're just telling me the truth.
Does it make sense? No, but that's what I've heard.
And
I've had a meeting with Michelle Obama at one point when I was an intern, and someone asked her, will you ever run for office? And she said no, emphatically no.
Really?
I've seen all the shit my husband has had to go through, and that does not interest me. People would be like, well, I don't think we should have to get the vaccine. And I'm like, you're not going to get the vaccine, and then you're going to go expose my family in the hospital to your vaccinated COVID. Like,
so you work in cybersecurity for the White House, and my question is, what are you doing on a meeting with James O'Keefe?
Holy shit! James O'Keefe, bro. James O'Keefe is the biggest Chad on the planet. And before, okay, hang on. So I got to show you all something if I can find it. I've got to find it. And I think I bookmarked this, okay? It's important to see this if I can find it. It's important to see this if I can find it because it's so perfect. It's so perfect. God, didn't I like it? Did I like it? Because I knew what I didn't get the full Yes, right here. All right. I hope I don't get copyright struck. Okay. But the headline here is James O'Keefe when he's gotten what he needs from the Biden staffer. All right. James O'Keefe when he gets what he needs from the Biden staffer. I know I'm gonna get hit for John Williams. I gotta mute it. But you got him. He turns around. He's Superman. Yes. Yes. You love to see it. Holy crap. Oh my God. That's the greatest thing ever. So now we go back to this. Here we go.
Vaccinated COVID.
So you work in cybersecurity for the White House, and my question is, what are you doing on a meeting with James O'Keefe? What type of cybersecurity operation are you guys running over there?
We're running a good cybersecurity operation.
Obviously not.
Dude. Okay. I might make it my mission now on this channel to make sure that we get James O'Keefe to either be the director of the CIA or the director of the FBI. That has to be one of the top priorities. We have to have James O'Keefe running one or not both of those. Please. Oh my God.
If they say it publicly, that Biden is
What is this clown show you guys running over at the White House?
Videos like these will be brought to you in part by support with funding from the Citizen Journalism Foundation. Now you can make a tax-deductible donation to support Citizen Journalism Foundation's independent journalism. Please go to citizenjournalismfoundation.com to learn more.
Support the sponsors. Support the sponsors.
Charlie Krager is a cybersecurity policy analyst and foreign affairs desk officer in the executive office of the White House. He manages 2 federal agencies and for the last 4 years worked at the State Department. He works on the president's priorities, executive orders, is a high-up official, and cybersecurity subject matter expert. I met with him undercover on Sunday, January the 21st with my hair dyed, wearing fake eyeglasses. Not only did he not recognize me, he sang like a bird. His social media, which was scrubbed after my initial meeting with him, says he likes long walks on the beach and diplomatic negotiations.
Dude, memes have literally predicted this horrific future that we are in now.
Are you familiar with the Kennedy School at all?
Harvard? What about it?
Yes, I'm in the executive education program there at the Kennedy School.
Really?
Yeah, so I got a job at State Department. It's like I essentially started at Georgetown and I applied at State. I went to Georgetown for my master's, where I studied when I joined the security studies program in the School of Foreign Service. So when I was there, I focused on like cybersecurity and technically cyber intelligence. So like the espionage and the spy game that cyber intelligence.
You really are James Bond, aren't you?
I know. My grandmother likes to be like, he's a spy. And my parents are like, you can't say that. Don't tell people. Don't say that.
Don't say that you're a spy.
That makes you like a target. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah. I mean,
but no, I'm not a spy. I work for the White House. So I do oversight and management, and so my job is to help oversee like responses to cyber incidents and cybersecurity problems. And so I manage 2 federal agencies, the State Department and USAID. So I like.
So again, if you're just tuning in, we're literally looking right before our very eyes at why diversity, inclusion, and representation is garbage. Always will be. Nobody, no single person on the planet should be hired based on anything other than their qualifications. End of discussion. There is no compromising on this. And there's just none. You should never, ever hire on anything other than qualification. And if there's anybody, like if you go, well, you know, we just need to have a few. No, you need none. You need no diversity hires, no diversity quotas whatsoever. When you have that, you fail. It's over. You're done. There's no compromising on this. Now, again, you have good people. That's fine. You know, I mean, I have people, geeks and gamers, that on the outside looking in, some people would say that they, you know, that person's an SJW or something like that. I personally would probably call them that too if I didn't know any better. So it's fair to call them that. But the reality of it is they're here because they are qualified and I trust them. And they've been with me a couple of them been with me for a long fucking time. But the moment that you start dealing with people that are like, that want to, like, hey, Jeremy, we should bring this person in because we need more female representation. Get fucked. All right. That's never going to happen ever. That's not part of the equation. And it can never be part of the equation, because once you invite a disease in, unless you cut that disease out or kill it, the disease will eventually have its way with you. And sometimes it takes a while, but it will take over. And I've talked about this many times. Social justice, it's just like anything else. It's just like any other disease. What happens when a disease takes over a strong body? Well, you know, if you don't deal with it, then it takes a long time, but eventually that disease will make its way through that body if you don't do something about it. But your body is strong enough to fight it off, and maybe you don't even notice it for a long time because you have a strong body. And so, but once it does have that time to infest in there, even that strong body can't fight it off after a certain point. What happens when a disease takes over a weak body? Well, it tends to overrun that weak body fairly quickly. And that's something I've kind of painted with the whole like movie sphere, like, you know, with Star Wars or Marvel. Like, those brands were very powerful and very prominent and very popular. Once the social justice disease started to creep into it, it took a long time. But once it's set in there, it's destroyed those franchises. It's destroyed them, and they cannot return. Like, there's no return for Star Wars or Marvel. There's just no return. And now you see things like the White House, for instance. The White House has been overrun with diversity, inclusion, representation, social justice nonsense. The only way to fix that is to get rid of the entire White House and have an entire new staff completely from top to bottom. And if you don't do that, it will never be solved. Social justice is a disease. We're looking at the disease right here. This is the disease. That face right there is the disease. Just like Fani Willis is the disease. Just like Jack Smith. Just like Cori Bush. The judge up in New York. They are the disease. You're looking at the disease right there.
Have recurring meetings with them where we talk about goals and we talk about the president's priorities and like how are they coming on certain executive order deliverables and like all of this kind of stuff.
Charlie says he's responsible for protecting the networks of the federal agencies.
So when you say it's like security, like you're protecting
the networks of the federal agencies that you give all your information to.
That through commerce or
everyone. Yeah.
So you're protecting the networks.
Yes. And I'm not like sitting there coding.
Yeah.
I'm meeting with like the senior level decision makers, and we're talking about problems.
You're doing it at senior level.
Yeah.
So the mission is to protect information. That's very impressive.
Thanks.
Wow. That's cool. That's really cool, Mr. James Bond.
Oh, and the guy's just eating it up, and James O'Keefe is just, man, O'Keefe is crushing this right now. This is fantastic. I see Epic Mike in the chat. What up, Epic Mike?
Charlie Krager, who works in the executive office of the White House, says he's the president's voice, and his mission is to protect networks, promote the president's priorities, work with the Security Council, and other parts of the White House.
We are like the president's voice when we go into meetings in terms of discussing and promoting the president's priorities. And
so you're like the enforcer?
Kind of, yeah. And the State Department people are more difficult, high maintenance. And
why is that?
They call me demanding.
Why are they more high maintenance in the State Department?
Because the State Department has a big ego. So tell me about you. So you went to Rutgers.
Yeah, I went to Rutgers.
And what did you major in?
Well, I majored in journalism, and I designed brochures and pamphlets. I was very, very good at that. I'm probably one of the best there is. And I'm also very good at sales.
Why do you think you're one of the best?
20 years of experience.
Oh, okay.
But what I do is not as interesting as what you do.
That's okay.
What you do is a movie, I guess, or something.
Charlie Krager.
Oh, it just makes my skin crawl to listen to his super gay laugh. Oh, it's so sick, dude.
Who works in the executive office of the White House, makes his politics crystal clear.
And I had several dates where people would be like, well, I don't think we should have to get the vaccine. And I'm like, fuck you. It's you're not going to get the vaccine, and then you're going to go expose my family in the hospital to your vaccinated COVID. Fuck you.
Charlie Krager, who works in the executive office of the White House, got to talking about President Joe Biden. I told him I love everything that Joe Biden does, but asked Charlie about Biden's mental fitness.
I love everything that Biden is doing. I love his policies. Just witnessing it, it's a bad look. I mean, he can't, struggles to talk.
Yes, he's no Barack Obama.
The irony there. Barack Obama's running things. It's not even Joe Biden. It's Barack Obama. He's no Barack Obama. Oh my God.
Is he going to be the nominee?
Yes.
So again, that answer right there. I mean, for all of the cringiness of this, and again, I don't know. I mean, obviously, this person is very connected and the fact that this person is connected to the White House and to it's just insane. But how confidently he said yes, there was no just second guessing or nothing. It was like, yes, I'm happy as hell about that. I want Joe Biden to be the nominee. And as I've said many times, I'll just repeat it again. I've been saying I don't think he will be. I'm glad that this person who clearly seems to know things seems to disagree. I am 100% okay with that.
She will be the vice president nominee.
Yeah, I don't.
There was a debate about removing her from the ticket, but sadly they didn't.
I agree with everything Biden is doing. It's just his cognitive ability. I have a grandfather who's 91.
Okay.
And Joe Biden is worse than my grandfather who has dementia.
Yeah.
He's sort of walking like this, and he's sort of and I think that voters are going to look at that, and it's going to hurt us. I think that independents are going to look at that, and they're going to be like, I can't deal with that. But with him, I know. He's got dementia.
Well, Tommy hasn't clinically yet.
No, yeah.
But he's definitely slowing down.
My question is, are the people like your colleagues or the White House or whatever, do they get it? Do they know that?
I think that they probably do, but no one in modern history has ever said, we're not going to renominate the president for a second term.
Mm-hmm.
That just hasn't happened.
So they know that he has those issues.
I think so.
But they're not willing to say it.
Shows it. And
they're not willing to say it publicly.
And same thing
but
with
why
Kamala
not?
Harris. She's not popular, but you can't remove the first black lady to be vice president.
Why? Why can't you? If she's terrible at her job, why can't you? Because diversity. The weirdness of the diversity hire that is compromising the national security of the government is calling out Kamala Harris, the diversity hire. Holy shit, this is so wild. This is freaky, dude. This is some wild stuff.
On the goddamn presidential ticket. What kind of message are you going to send to, all the African-American voters?
So that's the reason why they won't remove her.
That's what I think. How would you spin that? People would be like, what the f-? She's a woman, and she's multiracial, and she's
But she's not popular.
Charlie says he's seen, in the executive office of the White House, people talking about how Kamala Harris hemorrhages black staff.
I seriously, I don't know a single, I think Nikki Haley may be more popular than Kamala Harris. And I don't know anyone that likes Nikki Haley. But I think Nikki Haley is significantly more popular than Kamala Harris. Seriously, Kamala Harris is the poster child for diversity hire.
Kamala is so unpopular. The New York Times did an article about how she hemorrhages black staff. She can't keep black staff. They quit on her in mass.
She hemorrhages black staff.
Yeah, there's a New York Times article about it. It went like people sent it around at the office, and everyone was like, "Oh,
Why don't
shit.
they like her?
Then the subject came up about replacing Kamala Harris and Joe Biden.
I think they need to get rid of him or get rid of her."
Yeah.
But I don't think they're going to do that.
Then Charlie Krager, who works in the executive office of the White House, says he's heard his colleagues say they can't tell the truth to the American people about what's really going on, but they do say it behind closed doors at the White House.
I think that they're really concerned about this.
But they won't say it. Well, I guess if they say it publicly,
Correct.
that
They can't say it publicly.
they can't say it publicly.
No, they got to
Do they
toe the
say it
line.
privately? So they know it.
They know it. Of course they do. But
Yeah.
it's the optics and like the scandal. I think they.
So, did James take one for the team? Thank goodness, no. Thank goodness, no. He did not take one for the team.
Feel wouldn't be worth it.
I mean,
I'm just telling you what I've heard. Like,
You're just telling me the truth.
Does it make sense? No, but that's what I've heard.
Charlie Krager says he's just telling us what he's heard in the executive office of the White House.
I've had a meeting with Michelle Obama at one point when I was an intern, and someone asked her, "Will you ever run for office?" And she said no, emphatically.
Really?
She said, "I will never run for office. It doesn't interest me. I've seen how, like," she said it a lot more eloquently, of course, than I'm going to say it, but she was like, "I've seen all the shit my husband has had to go through, and that does not interest me."
I asked Charlie Krager, who works in the executive office of the White House, how is it that a security official in the White House doesn't know he's on a meeting with James O'Keefe and would divulge such secret information to James O'Keefe?
This is amazing. Like, bro, like I could understand if O'Keefe like had a wig and it's James O'Keefe with glasses. James O'Keefe has proven the Superman theory. Do you know how many times we have said Superman is just so dumb? Clark Kent puts on glasses and no one knows it's Superman. And then the next thing you know, Superman's flying around and no one seems to make it. This James O'Keefe has proven that you can literally be Superman and Clark Kent and nobody's going to know it.
So you work in cybersecurity for the White House, and my question is, what are you doing on a meeting with James O'Keefe? And how do you think it looks to the American people that working in the Office of Cybersecurity, you're sitting across the table with James O'Keefe, founder of Project Veritas?
Oh, I've heard of it. Yeah.
Yeah, we do undercover investigations into people. What does it look like to the American people that the cybersecurity specialist at the White House is sitting across from the founder of Project Veritas? What type of cybersecurity operation are you guys running over there?
Oh my God. Oh, this is Joe Biden's White House right here. This is Joe Biden's White House. This is the result of getting upset over Orange Man bad. This is a result of people crying and whining over nonsense. This is insanity. This is insanity. Chick-fil-A has a higher standard for their customer service than our own fucking White House. Think about that. Chick-fil-A cares more about customer service than our own fucking White House. Fucking chicken tenders and chicken nuggets and chicken sandwiches. You ever been to a Chick-fil-A and had a bad experience? Because I haven't. And I'm not even the biggest fan of Chick-fil-A food. But goddamn, the service is unbelievable. Chick-fil-A has better customer service. They care more about the integrity of their fucking chicken fingers.
We're running a good cybersecurity operation.
Well, obviously not, because you're meeting with me. Did you not do your research? Or what is this clown show you guys running over at the White House?
Tune in tomorrow for the full reaction of Charlie Krager when I reveal who I am.
This is amazing, dude. This is amazing.
What we have learned in OMG's undercover investigations into DC so far is that we have more problems in this country than the White House is willing to admit. Our high-ranking source, Charlie Krager, told us exactly what he has seen and heard that only a rare few have access to. With a vice president who causes hemorrhages within black staff, a president who has not yet been assessed for dementia, but people continue to talk about his ability to lead behind closed doors, and apparently Michelle Obama, who is not coming to the rescue, according to Charlie Krager. We are going to be keeping a watchful eye during the election season and would like for you to step forward and volunteer, get active, and get involved at OMG.
Honestly, like I said, what I will take away from that is the fact that the staffer, and again, it's just one staffer, and according to James O'Keefe and his research, that one staffer clearly pretty connected. And the biggest thing that I take away from that is that Joe Biden's going to be the nominee in 2024, and there was no hesitation whenever he's asked that question, there's no hesitation at all. And that makes me happy because, as I've said, we are where we are. Okay. We are where we are and we can't change it. For the next, we're going to be moving. We're 10 minutes away from moving into February. Until November, we are where we are. We're still going to be in really bad shape, and the decisions are going to be terrible. And we're just going to have to just let this continue to play out because nothing will save the next few months. Everybody just needs to settle in and get ready because it's going to be a wild ride. And I mean, it's going to be wild. The things that you're going to hear, the reports that are going to come out are going to be insane. And we've even got stuff like these stories with the YouTuber, I don't know if I don't know if I can show any of the stuff with this Justin, how do you say his name? Is that Moan from Pennsylvania? I don't know if I can show even edited. Have you guys seen even edited stuff from this guy and what he did? But they're trying to label that a Trump supporter, it's Trump supporter. Have you seen anybody? I think YouTube will probably take it down if I even play anything. Because I've got an edited version of it that's on Twitter, but I don't think if you guys haven't heard about this, the YouTuber that beheaded his dad, like I haven't done a deep dive into that story yet, but I've been hearing a lot of people trying to like blame this on MAGA and things like that. So like right here, let me share my screen here. Obviously, I can't share. I don't know if I can share that video, man. That probably will get me in trouble. So a schizophrenic Pennsylvania man beheaded his father in arguably the most important country in the most important state in 2024 election. He is already being labeled MAGA by the left. He publicly called Trump a bitch on his Facebook. Yeah, he said, even my own family upholds this cult belief and is willing to go to jail to prove it. Donald Trump, if this does not get fixed ASAP, then you will also be in jail for the rest of your life after I sue you for everything you own. That's not a threat. That's a promise, bitch. County, I'm sorry. I know. I'm an idiot. I know county. I don't know if I can play the video, though, because the video basically has it all blacked out, okay? But it shows what he did. So I'll just describe to you. He has like this 15-minute video where and I haven't watched all of the video, but there's one point where is it a bucket or something that he shows his decapitated, the decapitated head. And it's wild, man. It's wild. And apparently that was posted to YouTube. And YouTube obviously took it down. I saw the video without it being edited, and it's really disturbing. There's obviously, the person is mentally ill, clearly, beyond belief. And trying to tie that to a political candidate or anything like that, like it just shows you the sick, disgusting, twisted media and what they're up to. If everybody remembers the Bernie Sanders supporter, and his attacks, and no one from the right were blaming Bernie Sanders, you know what I mean? And because it's not Bernie Sanders' fault. It's the individual's fault. And so this nonsense and how they just constantly are trying to tie things to Trump. But let's see. Was it a fake head? Keck Lord? I mean, again, I don't know. I've been really busy. So I haven't done a deep dive onto it, but I saw so many people talking about it. So was it a real head or was it a fake head? It was a fake head. I saw the videos were getting taken down, so that's why I assumed it was real, because so many people, the videos were even getting taken down on Twitter. So I took that as like, oh man, you know what I mean? No one knows if it's fake. Yeah, I don't think anyone actually knows. I don't know what the discussion's been because I've been so busy the last few days. But with that said, let me read some super chats, and then we're going to talk about Fani the Fraud Willis. That's right, Fani the Fraud Willis. We got Infinity Flare for 50, and I did highlight it. It says McCarthy was right. Thank you for the 50. Hayden Wayne for 20 says the real question is, when did James O'Keefe tweet, would people recognize me if I dyed my hair and wore glasses, or something to that effect? It was recent, but I don't have Twitter. When did James O'Keefe tweet, would people recognize me if I dyed my hair and wore glasses? Does anyone know if that, how recent that was or when that was? I don't know. I'm not aware of that. Hayden Wayne also says people are still saying, what could be the October surprise? It's January still. Just do a quick recap of what's happening this month. 2024 is going to be nuts. The moment a guy bashed Trump was arrested, so we will hear more. Yeah. And again, we're only in January and all of this craziness, and it's only January. And yes, the October surprise, it's crazy, dude, because I genuinely am worried. Like, I am legitimately worried about what they're going to do. I'm scared. I'm scared for what they're going to do, because the fact is Donald Trump is more popular than he's ever been, as I've said many, many times. And they know that. They know that. They know he's more popular than he's ever been. And they can't stop it. They can't do anything to stop the MAGA momentum right now. I did see this one right here. This was today. Trump trolling the reporters about the bloody hands thing. So right here.
It looks like it's better now.
The hand?
Yeah, remember what happened the other day?
What was wrong with it?
You didn't see the photos coming out of Trump Tower?
No.
It was okay.
What was wrong with it?
The other one. Yeah. Okay. And do you want to tell us what happened with the hand?
Nothing. Maybe it's AI.
Trump is just like, what are you talking about? There was a picture and everybody was like, oh, he's got blood on his hands. Or
it looks like it's better now.
The hand?
Yeah, remember what happened the other day?
What was wrong with it?
You didn't see the photos coming out of Trump Tower?
No.
It was okay.
What was wrong with it?
The other one. Yeah. Okay. And do you want to tell us what happened with the hand?
Nothing. Maybe it's AI.
This dude's so damn funny, dude. Trump is just funny. Maybe it's AI. Holy shit. Oh man. And then you've got MAGA people are just losing their minds. So what is the most common thing, or I'm sorry, anti-MAGA people are losing their minds. What is the most common thing that they say about MAGA people? That it's a cult. That it's a cult. MAGA people are just a cult. It's such a stupid comment. So you got Bill Mitchell here. Now, again, MAGA is a cult. MAGA is a cult, does whatever President Trump says or does. Also, Bill Mitchell says, MAGA hates Rana. Trump loves Rana. MAGA loves Trump. MAGA hates the vax. Trump loves the vax. MAGA loves Trump. MAGA hates Fauci. Trump loves Fauci. MAGA loves Trump. You figure it out. What is there to figure out, you fucking retard? It just shows that, holy shit, man. MAGA's a cult. Yeah, that's why MAGA booed Trump whenever he would bring up the vax. And Trump shut up about it because he knew he was getting crushed. Every time he would talk about the vax, MAGA was booing the living shit out of him. It's unbelievable, man. These people are idiots. These people are idiots. I saw Hail Ripa in the chat. Is Ripa in the chat? I got the wrong screen pulled up. So is Ripa in the chat? If so, shout out to young Ripa in the house. If you guys haven't watched his latest video, you should. It's really damn good. So, but yeah, it's really good. So if you guys haven't, after this stream, you should go over there and check out young Ripa's latest video. It's good. Yep, there you go. What up, Ripa? Gonna see Ripa in a couple of days, man. MegaCon. It's gonna be wild as hell. Epic Meek is in the chat. Why is Epic Meek still here? Epic Meek, when are you getting here? When are you gonna be in town, Epic Meek? But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to seeing all you guys, man. It's gonna be fantastic. And what a freaking weekend it's gonna be. Piano Dean says O'Keefe's disguise. Wow. Yeah, it's hard telling the difference between a fountain and a regular statue that has sprung a leak. All you can do is get on Grindr and hope for the best. Let's see. Rude Collie says George Orwell 1984. Read it if you haven't. We're very close to it. 199 for freedom. MAGA for freedom. Trump 2024. Let's see. Mac Jerry for 10 says what's edited from the video is that Kamala's nuke code password is cackling for 3 minutes, and then Biden says Flimajima nuke Dalawala women, come on, man. Then Hunter says yeah. Hayden Wayne says Henry Cavill put on a jacket, glasses, and a hat and sat under a Superman advertisement when the first movie came out, and nobody ever recognized him. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. He put a mask on at like a Comic-Con one time. That was pretty cool. Yo Pop says, let's fucking go. I'm in Orlando, motherfuckers. What's up? What's up, man? It's going to be awesome. Saturday is the big day. Saturday's the big day. So I cannot wait. All right, we got to talk about Fani Willis. Now, again, I'm pretty behind on a lot of this stuff, but I was watching a little bit of Benny Johnson's video. This is a Fox News video from 6 hours ago. Fani Willis is in serious trouble. Fani Willis is in really, really big trouble. All right. Like it's bad. Now, if you don't, Fani Willis is trying to, get President Trump arrested. Is it in Georgia? Yeah. Fulton County. So, and look, Fani Willis is a diversity hire. All right. Not surprising. Fani Willis, the diversity hire, getting exposed for being corrupt. This is the same Fani Willis that basically, let me show you this really quick. This is the same Fani Willis that told all of you this right here. Oh, just listen to what Fani Willis has to say right here. Let me see. Here we go. Check this out.
The district attorney's office in Fulton should be the beacon of the Southeast. It should be the absolute best office between Washington, D.C. and Miami. And right now, what you have is an office of dysfunction and corruption, and we deserve better. And I am the right choice to improve it.
Corruption, Ms. Willis, that's a strong word to level against the office that Paul Howard has run for nearly a quarter century. If he gets reelected, it'd be more than 25 years.
You have a DA sitting there that doesn't have the qualifications and the experience to do the job. What I can guarantee you is with my reputation, with my community ties, I am going to be able to attract the best and the brightest minds to that office. You're sitting with someone today that actually wants to make a difference because they deserve a DA that won't have sex with his employees, because they deserve a DA that won't put money in their own pocket when it should go to benefit children, because we deserve better.
Holy shit. Holy shit. With that said, let's listen to this really quick. I want you all to understand that there are people that are trying to throw people in jail for memes. They're trying to throw people in jail for words. They're trying to throw people in jail for supporting President Trump. While all this is going on. While all this is going on. Did you not see it? Did you not see it? Oh my God. Y'all didn't see any of that? Why didn't it share? Holy fuck. Sorry. Jesus. There. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Fuck me. All right. It's been a long day. Here we go.
Nathan Wade, a name people know because of his alleged lover. Fulton County District Attorney.
I'm going to get meme for that, aren't I? Why are 2,300 people watching me? I'm retarded and I'm tired.
Fani Willis. Nathan Wade, a name people know because of his alleged lover. Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis hired Wade as a special prosecutor on Georgia's Trump election interference case. Wade was able to reach a last-minute deal to avoid testifying in his divorce hearing. That testimony could have put a spotlight on his alleged affair with Fani Willis. The Washington Post points out it's far from over.
So again, this is where I stopped it last time to say, like, they're putting people in jail for memes. They're putting people in jail for words, for opinions, for supporting President Trump. While all these corrupt fucking psychopaths are just breaking the law and projecting. Those that preach the loudest have the most to hide. That is exactly, and I'm not calling her Fani. It's Fani. Fani the Fraud Willis. That's who she is. Fani the Fraud Willis.
Quote, the settlement does not eliminate scrutiny of alleged actions by the two prosecutors, nor does it assure that the criminal case against Trump and his allies will continue. Wade also spent a lot of money on lavish luxury vacations, apparently to travel with Fani Willis, who again hired him. He made $650,000, according to published reports. Trump, on that case, and one of his co-defendants are trying to convince the judge to completely disqualify Fani Willis and Nathan Wade from the case. And Georgia Senate Republicans are forming a committee to look into that relationship between the two.
The fact that the fact that we're just wasting so much of Trump's time and his energy. The man is 77 years old. He's got the energy of a 30-year-old. But the fact that they are wasting his time and his energy on all of this bullshit when it's clear as day to anyone with a working brain and the slightest bit of common sense as to what's going on. And no one is stepping in to deal with this. No one is stepping in to handle this. It's unbelievable.
Jason Chaffetz with this on Focus yesterday.
The public's right to know far outweighs this. I found it very interesting that Nathan Wade, evidently, according to the report I read, filed for divorce the day after he got this lavish $600,000+ contract for a job in which he had no experience. He had not done it. So I hope the court does the right thing here. The public has the right to know, particularly in this high-profile case.
Phil Holloway, former assistant district attorney, retired U.S. Navy, former police officer, and legal advisor to Georgia's Sheriff's Department. So, Phil, you wrote this op-ed. I mentioned it earlier as we were going to commercial break, and it says this in part: will Fulton County's RICO case against Trump die a death of 1,000 cuts? What did you mean?
It's already dead. And again, it's all a distraction anyway. All of these things, all of these court cases, all of these indictments, all of them were a distraction, and they've all backfired. Again, Teflon Don, that's who Trump is. You cannot hurt him. You cannot hurt him. It will not hurt him. Everything they've done to him has only backfired. This was all meant to weigh him down, to intimidate him, and they were hoping that it would turn the public against him. But in fact, it's only made him more and more popular because people have seen right through it, because they know Teflon Don is not guilty of these things.
Well, this has officially, Harris, become a public relations disaster at a very minimum. What's happening is you're seeing multiple efforts by individuals, defendants, co-defendants in the criminal case, entities such as the Georgia Senate that has now stood up officially a committee with subpoena power to get it to the bottom of how she's spending her money. And so what they're looking at is whether or not she carried out her job duties, her oath of office, exercise her prosecutorial discretion in a legal or an illegal way. Did she spend taxpayer money in a way that was designed to further her own personal interest in the form of allegedly getting like a kickback after steering a no-bid contract to her alleged lover? Or did she also perhaps use money in a way that advances a political agenda by using federal funds that in the form of grants that funded travel by Nathan Wade or perhaps other people to communicate with the White House and do that sort of investigative technique that really I think is probably a bit too far. It's probably improper to be bringing Joe Biden's White House into this at all. So these are the questions that are raised. And if it can be proven that she violated the Constitution in the way of like a substantive due process claim, that she was fundamentally unfair in how
I will say this, though, because, I mean, as much as it's an obvious situation, we saw what they just did with E. Jean Carroll, crazy psychopath woman. And because you have a corrupt judge, then they rewarded her like $83 million, a corrupt judge and a corrupt jury, a corrupt system. Like, it's just, how do we, like, it really does. We live in a fucking weird timeline, man.
how she carried out her prosecutorial duties, then that could result in a dismissal.
So
of the
it's
case.
interesting because that affects her entire career on the first hand. The first part of what you mentioned doesn't have anything to do with Trump's case. It has to do with what she was doing with taxpayer money. And you can bet Georgia voters want to know about that. They want to know about that in Fulton County. And then you wrap in those visits that have been reported with the White House. Were they coordinating any kind of calendar items for other cases even that are going on against the former president?
Of course they were. Like, of course they were. All it takes is a little bit, like, put James O'Keefe on the case. I guarantee you'll have some answers in probably 2 weeks minimum, or 2 weeks tops. You'll have an answer from James O'Keefe. Give him the resources, give him the access. O'Keefe will have you an answer. Period. End of discussion. Your corruption will be exposed.
To the United States, Donald Trump. It's fascinating. Death by 1,000 cuts. Could you see the case against Trump going away? Yes or no? And then we'll move quickly.
I really could, Harris. I think that it could go away if for no other reason on a conflict of interest grounds, because it's going to be very difficult to find another prosecutor willing to step in my opinion.
Interesting. Okay. One of Hunter Biden's closest.
So I mean, obviously that case they're all going to fall apart at some point. It's just funny to see that it's falling apart in such glorious fashion right now. Because that's ultimately what the funniest part of it is. Look at that. We got 2,300 people here. Welcome into CobraCast 199. I am your host, D-Day Cobra. I appreciate you guys being here. I'm sorry for the late start. I've had a very, 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 very long day because we are dealing with MegaCon preparations. And we are trying to, navigate all through that. I've got a lot of people that have been in town. We got a lot of people that are arriving tomorrow and Friday. And then Saturday is the big day for our panel at MegaCon. And then obviously the meetup Saturday night at City Walk, Universal Studios. Really excited. And it's going to be great. I even got a chance to meet a few people, got to meet Dougie B. You all know him, especially from over in Rumble. I got you, Greg. I'm going to go through super chats I saw the gifties from Milham. Thank you so much for the gifted memberships. I saw a lot of people in the chat celebrating those gifted memberships. We love to see the gifted memberships. Smash the melee button. As you remember, because we've leveled up here at CobraCast, we're going for the 2,000 likes to see Sexy back in now. All right. I know it's tough, but we've broke 2,000 viewers every single stream in 2024 up to this point. So I think we can do it. I think we can 1,000% do it. Also, this happened today, and I'm not totally sure what's going on with this story. Okay. But I guess Mark Zuckerberg, so he was testifying about the social media policies endangering people or whatever, and this happened, and it was very strange.
They're here. You're on national television. Would you like now to apologize to the victims who have been harmed by your product? Show them the pictures. Would you like to apologize for what you've done to these good people?
I'm sorry for everything that you've all been through. It's terrible knowing that to go through the things that your families have suffered. And this is why we invested so much and are going to continue doing industry-leading efforts to make sure that no one has to go through the types of things that your families have had to suffer.
You know, why, Mr. Zuckerberg, why should your company not be sued for this? Why is it that you can claim, you hide behind a liability shield, you can't be held accountable? Shouldn't you be held accountable personally? Will you take personal responsibility?
Senator.
So in that moment, Emily and Kaylee, when you look at the legal side of this, that's what every attorney would tell you not to do. But he did it.
Yeah.
He stood up and he apologized. And now you hear the hearing goes on and it talks about what the adjudication might look like.
That was a weird moment. And again, Zuckerberg's a weird dude. And ultimately, Facebook is obviously a very corrupt platform. Facebook used to be my primary social media platform. This is before really, it took off on YouTube and everything like that. But I used to spend a lot of time in Facebook groups. I don't use Facebook anymore. I do use Facebook Messenger because I think it's a really good communication tool. And I've just accepted that they see everything I'm saying, which is totally fine. But but just for communication, it's really good. But I don't use regular Facebook anymore. I just can't. I don't. Especially after we have a kind of a fan run Geeks and Gamers group on Facebook. And every time I look at Facebook, whether it's, it's not that much, but they're removing content from our fan group. It's constantly removing content. They're constantly taking things out of the group. And I'm like, I haven't posted in that group in probably 6, 8, 9 months, probably. The chat can tell me. And I don't think I've posted to my Facebook in over maybe a year, 2 years. It just really is, it's just a bad platform. And it's mainly because they've compromised everything. They've compromised, they've silenced stories that were going to make the Democrats look bad. Then they've slowed down, stories that would make the Republicans look good or Trump look good. They banned President Trump. And I think when they banned President Trump, I think that was a big problem for them. So yeah, I don't like it. I don't like, Hayden says that group is weird sometimes. Yeah. Hey, it's fan group. So, you just got to let it go. Even though somebody's probably going to try to blame that on me at some point because somebody said something, just like the, the other weirdos that hate on us do. But that's just part of it, man. At the end of the day, you got to roll with it. There's nothing you can do. The internet's going to be the internet, and that's all you can do is just roll with it and not take it too seriously. We are talking about serious things, but you can't take the internet too seriously when they're coming for you or they're memeing you or whatever. So you just try to move forward with it. That's all you can do. And honestly, like, again, this is something that who's going to not, like, I just saw this story hit my timeline. Who's going to stop supporting Trump because of a story like this? Who's going to stop supporting Trump because reporter says that Trump once bragged there's nothing in the world like first-rate pussy? Yeah. Okay. And, oh, man, MAGA's going to stop supporting Trump because of that. Man, MAGA's going to stop supporting Trump because of that one. Yeah, man, you really got Donald Trump on that one. We're all just so upset that Donald Trump said literally the truth. Good Lord, man. I do like the headline, though. It says, securing the based lesbian vote. Securing the based lesbian vote. That's really good. That's really good. Oh, my gosh, man. I swear, they're just never going to learn. They're never going to learn. I did see that my buddy, the quartering was on with, I saw the quartering was on with Alex Jones, and good old Alex was talking about Friday Night Tights right here. Here we go.
And we're going to come right back on the other side. I'm going to air a little bit of the intro from Friday Night Lights. No, it's Friday Night Tights. See, I'm teleprompter free, folks. I'm getting the pun off Friday Night Lights is Friday Night Tights. And so we're going to do that. Jeremy from The Quartering, thequartering.com, X, The Quartering, Rumble, The Quartering. He's been a big friend of mine. You know, I barely even knew him until I was on the show a few years ago. When I was being deplatformed, he was there supporting us. So he's a great guy.
Alex is so fucking funny. Alex is so funny. He called it Friday Night Lights, and then Jeremy had to correct him. But then the quartering tweets this out. I just want to report I now own Friday Night Tights. Sorry, D-Day Cobra and Nerdrotic. Alex said so, so it must be done. So if you watch the interview, it's clear that Alex thinks that the quartering is in charge of Friday Night Tights. Holy shit, man. It's so funny. It's so funny, man. I'm like, what is going on, man? What is going on? This is me and Valiant Renegade and the G&G crew today. Shout out to Valiant Renegade. Look at Drunk 3PO. Look how tall Jay is. Look how tall Jay is. You know? Look at that. Everybody's like, how tall is Jay? How tall is Jay? Jay's like 6'5". Jay's like 6'5". And I'm like 6'1". So yeah, so shout out to Valiant Renegade. And it's good stuff, man. It's good stuff. So we got to, again, I'm looking forward to meeting a ton of people. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I cannot wait to meet all of you. So, all right, here we go. All right, super chat time. Well, we got people in here. And here we go. All right. Alexander says, I'm back as a member. These emojis are even better now since 6 months ago. Everybody put a 47 in the chat if you love this country. MAGA. Got those 47s in the chat? Got those 47s in the chat? Need to see them. Hey, Alexander, it's good to have you back, man. Good to have you back. Lover of Green for 20 says, I might be overreacting, but it astounds me how many dummies still cover their faces. Pandemic ended in 2022. Fauci was exposed, and most mandates are gone, but still 10% of the U.S. still falls for it. At least 90% are still sane. You know what I mean? Like I said, I was at the Orlando, Florida mall. I was at the Florida mall in Orlando the other day. There was a dude walking around, had to be 25, 30 years old. This dude is walking around fully masked up. And I'm just like, and I still occasionally see people, like young, healthy people that are just walking around fully masked up. And it just boggles my mind. It makes me lose faith in humanity. It really does. It really makes me lose faith in humanity. It is just Amazing. Lost Tale says, YouTube, yawn. Look at this limited character. I look at this limited character I get from YouTube. Rumble doesn't do that. Thank you, Rumble. Hey, listen, I'll just say this. All right. I'll just say this. I won't go into specifics. You guys know I've been really kind of like trying to figure out what's going on with Rumble. The conversations with Rumble are moving in a good direction. Okay. I'll just say that. This is mainly on the Geeks and Gamers side, by the way. But yeah, the conversations with Rumble have progressed. So we shall see. We shall see. But the conversations are moving in the right direction. So the more you support us on Rumble, the better. But support us on YouTube too. All right. And we're not leaving YouTube. But yeah, I'm happy that we're still in having those conversations. So Dread Legion says, hey, Jeremy, hope you're doing great. My family has been concerned about the issue between Texas and the government. Do you have any advice on how we could prepare for whatever could happen? I personally, and again, this is just my honest opinion, okay? I personally don't think that there's going to be any escalation. I think that the Biden administration has had their bluff called, basically, but I have not been following the latest developments in Texas. I do have some friends in Texas that I'm planning on talking to. But if I was to give any advice, my advice would seriously be stock up on ammo and firearms. That's really that's the most honest, assessment I can give, because it could get wild. It could, but you should probably be doing that anyway, because of the situation that 2024 is going to be a shit show. You know what I mean? But I don't think it's going to escalate personally. I think that the Biden administration had their bluff called. But I don't know if there's been any new developments. Obviously food and water. Yeah. See you, Willie Dave. Food and water, obviously. But those are the obvious things, but I'll monitor it a little closer. I do want to reach out to a few of my friends in Texas and see, but I hope everything goes well. And again, I think they called their bluff is really what it comes down to. Just That Clown says, Steven Crowder just found out about Gorlock. I feel so sorry for Steven Crowder. It's probably a tough day. Your life, your existence, the world is a better place before you knew of Gorlock. So there's that. Greg Kirby says, Ghostbusters looks woke again. Remember when they made The Last Jedi look amazing with the trailer? Crazy Karen will have to pay Trump like Stormy had to. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Yeah, I haven't even seen the new Ghostbusters trailer. The Ghostbusters Afterlife, I thought it was fine. It had a really great moment in it, but overall it didn't blow me away. So I can't say I'm overly excited about the new Ghostbusters movie. Lord Botha says, for Daily tomorrow, Miles Teller is finalizing a deal to star in a Michael Jackson biopic. Please let this white dude play Michael. Miles Teller? What? Is that real? Miles Teller to play Michael Jackson? That can't be real. I got to look this up now. I've got to look this up. Oh my God. What? You have got to be kidding me. Miles Teller circling Michael Jackson biopic Michael for Lionsgate Universal. For those who don't know, that's Miles Teller. That is just insane. And Antoine Fuqua is directing. He's a great director. Oh my gosh, man. That's insane. I don't support that at all. I did not hear about that, though. That's crazy. Yo, Pop says, if anybody wants to meet up at MegaCon, let me know. Hell yeah. Eric K says, delayed the trip. I will be on for the 10th. Yeah, I got your text earlier, man. I got your text. So that's awesome. Jaegerbomb 2 says World War III is going to happen. Civil War II next. Then the crap frosting on the shark cake is the Great Depression 2.0. Thanks, Beijing, Biden, and handlers. Armor says it's just the gay honeypot. How? I know. Gordo Stein for 20 says staying on YouTube is like finding out your wife is your sister, but you don't care because the whoopee is good and family reunions will be easier. Thank you, brother, for the 20 on Rumble. Christopher Gonzalez says bye-bye security clearance. Keck Lord Gray says as to see Krager, worst spy ever and the prime choice of DEI soy boy hire. Main lead character wannabe. Very much so. Yo Pop says, yo, Black Beardo, epic Mike Hale. Milham says, this is an absolute gem of a video. Eric K says, Starbucks just fired 2 employees. One got robbed and pistol whipped, and the other barista who jumped in and stopped it and caught the robber. Really? All right. Cellular Dream says, Jeremy, what's up with all these figs in the White House? That's the Biden administration, man. That's who it is. Milham says, this is an absolute gem of a setup. Brilliant. Yes, James O'Keefe crushed it. Leighton Hallman says, the guy looked so hurt it wasn't a real date. James should have asked for a second date, maybe see the White House. Yeah, I mean, I can't wait to see the second part of it because the guy was broken. He was heartbroken when he found out James O'Keefe was not a real gay dude for him. Booker T says, Roger Goodell, we coming for you, Riga. Ryan Guy says, that soy boy was probably late for dinner. Hailstorm says, clipped. Eric K says, D-Day Cobra, look at the story. Guy, get 15 years for ripping down the LGBT flag and burning it, and the Taylor Swift not a psyop by news around the country. All right, I'll have to look that up. GM Steelhaven says, you being retarded and tired is why we are here, Jer. Grift on, my friends. Mount Mutt says, we watch for the off chance we might get a good meme moment. Thanks for that. Absolutely. Keck Lord says, 2,000 likes. Okay. Peen 2 boy. Just kidding. Hail the 199. Eric K says, Jeremy, give Krista back her ripped jeans. Old Renaissance Nerd says, I think MegaCon is done. You need to gather the gang for an evening of party. And after MegaCon is done, you need to gather the gang for some party animals. By the way, all the masks make it easy to spot Biden voters. That is true. You know, today is crazy because so when I went to Universal today, I get out of my truck when I was going to park it, and I had to hop in the back of my truck, and my truck's pretty high off the ground. And when I jumped out of the back of my truck, I landed really awkwardly on my foot, and I felt like I probably strained it really, really badly. And but I went through the day, walked around Universal, was fine, been in the house all day, been out I've probably did like 12,000 steps today, but like I'm starting to feel it now. My foot is in serious pain. I might have done some serious damage to it. I'm feeling it like right now as I'm sitting here putting pressure on it. Point being is don't get old, people. Joe Higgins says, still seeing up in here in Canada as well. Mean libs talking about the masks. Jeremy's eyebrow says, I'm out of funny stuff to say. Just take my money. Well, I certainly will. Vault 95 says, Jeremy found you the clip of the Cobra 199 CobraCast 199 anniversary when Beanie Boy attacked his audience 11 months ago. It was the John Rich episode at an hour and 39 minutes, crossing into 1 minute 40. So the John Rich episode of Timcast. So Hailstorm, if you can look that up, from Vault 95 Survivors $2 super chat, so we can get that for the anniversary show happening in about 10 days. Vault 95 says, remember when James O'Keefe got Big Pharma to spill their secrets last year by manipulating diseases to keep pandemics going to maximize profits by pretending to be a gay dude on a date? DEI hire. Yeah, he's done this a few times now. Dirk Mather says, hat got you covered. Funny. Tweeted Tone says, Jeremy Osteen, I see that boy Star Wars theory in the house. Thanking all the fellow. I say to the woman for the gifties. 7 months of gifties. Yes, Star Wars theory was here in the house. Let's see. Sarah says, at some point this year, I'll go to an event and meet you. Warning, I will probably cry, laughing my ass off. That's what girls do when they're overwhelmed. Well, that will be completely okay. After Orlando, the next event is Vegas, and we're certainly looking forward to the Vegas meetup. I cannot wait. So hopefully we'll see you there, Sarah. Garfield's Bizarre Adventure says, hi, Jeremy. Bye, Jeremy. Well, hi, Garfield. Bye, Garfield. Zan Zoltan says, James just made one of the most hilarious memes with that moment. Haha. Hail the 199. Absolutely. Raider Lalo says, my backpack shipped. Let's go. Thanks for always keeping it real. Hail the 199. Yes. I've heard from a few people that you did get the notification that your backpack did ship. Again, we wanted to try to get that to everybody before MegaCon. Just barely missed a window on that. But let me know in the chat if you have gotten the notification that your backpack has shipped. Let me know. When is the Vegas meetup? The dates are the same time as CinemaCon, whatever that is. All right, so a few people in the chat are saying that yours has shipped as well. I need to see those pictures. Can't wait to see those pictures in the Snake Pit or on Twitter, all of that. I will highlight them here on CobraCast. Mac Jerry says, welcome to the Snake Pit. Thank you. Milham, welcome to the Snake Pit. Teresa Young, best live stream on YouTube. Thank you, Jeremy. Trump 2024. Hail the 199. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And I'm glad you guys enjoyed the show. I'm sorry that it was so late tonight. And I'm way behind on a lot of the news of the day. But like I said, these next few days, I don't think we're going to have a Cobra. Here's what I'll say. If you're okay with me doing a CobraCast from my phone, I probably can do one late Friday night, and I might have people with me. So the question would be would you like to see a CobraCast from my phone hanging out with people? Would that be something you're interested in? And if so, I will do it. So I tell you what, we'll leave it up to the chat. All right. So I'll put a poll in the chat. CobraCast Friday night. Let's see. CobraCast. You know what? We'll call it CobraCast IRL. CobraCast IRL Friday night from my smartphone. Yes or no? There we go. We'll have to let the people decide. There you go. CobraCast IRL. And I'll name it CobraCast for, IRL. I'll name it CobraCast IRL if you want. So we can definitely do that. We'll see what you guys say though. We also got this Disney lawsuit was dismissed, and I really wanted. Well, I was talking to Valiant Renegade about that. Judge dismisses Disney lawsuit against Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, alleging retaliation. So I'm gonna have to get in further in that. We'll probably talk about that tomorrow on Daily because Geeks and Gamers Daily is happening. So we will make that happen. It's fun to run Jeremy ragged. Hey, I work for the people, baby. I work for the people. That's all that matters to me is that the people are happy. I'm happy. And that's all that matters to me. Yo Pop says, hit me up on Friday, Jeremy. So I don't know if I'll be at the con at all Friday. I'll be there all day Saturday and for a little while on Sunday. I know that. But I don't know specifically. You're going to compete with Friday Night Tights? No. So Friday Night Tights is happening in the morning on Friday. So we're switching that schedule around. So Friday Night Tights is actually happening in the morning. So you need to keep that in mind as well. Friday Night Tights happening in the morning. And that's going to be at noon. And I don't think we're going to have a Geeks and Gamers Daily that morning. So Friday Night Tights is just going to be the Geeks and Gamers Daily for that morning. Yes, CobraCast IRL on Friday, please. It might be late, but it will happen if you guys want it. So, and I don't know exactly what time yet. And it won't be like a 2-hour show or something. It might just be for 30 minutes or an hour or something like that. But we will get something done, even if it's a short one. Nerd Horse says vacation day. CobraCast at Friday Night Tights time. Oh, man. Unfortunately, I will be unavailable at that time slot, I think. I think I'll be unavailable at that time slot. But either way, it'll be fun. All right, I have had a long-ass day, so I am going to wrap this stream up because I have a lot. I have the next 3 days are going to be hell in a good way, but I'm going to be exhausted, and I got to get a little bit of sleep. Mountain Mutt says he's worried about CobraCast from a phone. We watched CobraCast on a blank screen before several times. Sheesh, you're right about that. Chuck says, shout out to our Rumble Snake Pit 199. Absolutely. Debbie Wade with the super sticker. Thank you. Ryan Guy says Ryan has a good strategy for getting old. He certainly does. He certainly does. But yeah, we're going to end it there. I really appreciate you guys. Man, I'm sorry I was so late, but thank you for being here. You know what? There's no way, because I'm cutting the show short. We're showing sexy back in. We're going to show the sexy back in. It ain't the sexiest back end it's ever been, but it's still looking pretty damn good. Plus, you got Dougie B dropping the proper 199 over there on Rumble, along with a few other super chats over there. So Rumble has been good to us tonight. So for old time's sake, we will show the sexy back in tonight. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and go. There it is. Sexy back in. See if we can, there we go. All right. So not a bad night's work. 2,000 concurrent viewers, 1,200 likes, $391 in chat revenue. Then you have the 18 new members. Then you have the Rumble chat over there. Gordo Stein says, have an amazing night. Jeremy Quartery. Thank you, Gordo Stein. And there's a sexy back end. So hopefully I've been pretty good with the energy level. I am extremely tired, and I have been trying to make it not seem like I'm tired. So hopefully I did a pretty good job tonight. Don't think I was on my A game, but I thought I brought it pretty good for the most part. So I hope you guys did enjoy it tonight. Hail the Lord says, you forgot we watched you while you was parked in a gas station. LOL. Hail the 199. Absolutely. And yeah, like I said, I would encourage everybody, go over to Young Ripa's channel and watch his latest video. He does mention me because I did call him and gave him a very a direct talking to from my perspective, and that was kind of repaying him for him giving me a direct talking to on something a few years ago, and because that's how friendship works. So go over there, check out his video, drop a like over there, and appreciate him. Looking forward to hanging out with him, man. It's gonna be awesome. Him and the Ripperverse and Geeks and Gamers, Friday Night Tights, Critical Drinker, Star Wars Theory, everybody gonna be awesome as hell. So I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna play our outro as we close this out, and you know what the outro is? It is none other than Sabaton. I'm trying to track it down because it's been a while since I've done the outro on this system. What the fuck is it right now? I can't find it. I don't know where it's at. The outro is right there. Okay. Love you all. Shout out to the 199. Thank you for all the support. See you at MegaCon. Talk to you later. Bye, everyone.
Time to rule at last. 15 years held up in
All right, everybody. I appreciate you. Have a great night. I'll see you all at MegaCon and for CobraCast for real IRL Friday at some point, Friday night at some point. Thank you guys. Have a great night, and we will talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone.